Hi, welcome to Kaundinya Institute for Competitive Studies. So, in the previous video, we have started this contemporary issues. So, the first topic we have completed about COVID-19, and the second topic this is about the privatization of agriculture marketing in India. So, in this video, I cover the entire different parts of the essay, that is this introduction, main body and the conclusion will be completed in the single video itself. So that please make a notes of it. And so this is the introduction part of a particular essay. That is, agriculture marketing system is an efficient method of distributing farmer surplus produced at a fair and reasonable price. The term market refers to the where there is exchange of goods between the producer and the consumer place, but agriculture marketing involves operations such as procurement, grading, collecting, preserving, transportation, and financing. An efficient and stable marketing system is essential for the development of agriculture sector. It provides the farmer an opportunity to increase the production, commercialize operations, and incentives farmers to produce diverse varieties of crops. Though reforming the agricultural marketing system is usually separated from agricultural farm and farmers, but it is directly related to the improvement in the living standards of farmers, which aims to make India free from hunger and turn poverty into prosperity. Significance of agriculture marketing. Agriculture marketing plays a very significant role in improving production, productivity, and consumption. It also helps in accelerating the pace of economic development. It has a direct bearing on the life of the farmers as the India is primarily an agricultural country and more than 60% of the population depends on agriculture. Indian farmers also produce a significant quantity of cash crops that requires transportation, storage and distribution to an urban markets. So cash crops are nothing but these type of crops are grown directly to sell in the market. So rather than for its family consumption. So the cash crops are the examples for cash crops are coffee, tea, sugarcane, spices. So these are all the crops comes under cash crops. So marketing infrastructure is necessary to transport such cash crops. Agriculture sector supplies a raw material to industries and therefore marketing of crops such as cotton, sugarcane, oilseeds, etc. are important. It is also required for shifting from subsistence agriculture to the commercial agriculture in India. Also, any increase in the efficiency of marketing results in lower cost of distribution to the consumer that also raises the national income. Marketing also aids in bringing new varieties, qualities, and beneficial goods to the consumer. It can also boost the growth of number of agro-based processing industries. If agriculture marketing is managed scientifically, it stabilizes price level and plays a very important role in economic development and stability of a country. So this comes under introduction part of the essay. So while writing this essay, you have to cover the important points regarding this agriculture and also regarding the farmer. And you have to quote some of the very important quotes like Jai Jawan Jai Kisan and future belongs to the nation with grain, not with a gun. So like that you have to add very good important quotes in the introduction itself so that the examiner will be very much impressed about your essays. So this comes under introduction and the next is about the main body of an essay. Marketing system in India. The exciting system of agriculture marketing in India is in the form of following types of markets. direct sale to traders and money lenders in villages. A considerable part of total produce of farmers is sold by him to village traders and money lenders at very low prices. The money lenders or traders are either independent or may act on agent of a bigger merchant in the nearby mandis. In India, more than 50% of the agriculture produced is sold in the local village markets in the absence of organized market system. Mandis or wholesale markets. One single mandi serves a large number of villages. Mandis are generally located in cities. In such mandis, business is carried out by hartias, nothing but commission agents. The farmers sell their produce to these hartias with the help of middlemen. The middlemen also often involved in malpractice. The artyas of these mandis sell the produce to the retail merchants. These mandis are regulated by the APMCs, that is, Agriculture Produce Marketing Committees. Under APMC Act, the farmers are required to sell the large number of commodities in these mandis where prices are often manipulated. These mandis also lack storage, warehousing, etc. Next concept is about cooperative market. A cooperative society collects a surplus from its members and sell it at the mandis collectively. This is the cooperative system of marketing. It increases the collective bargaining power of the members and they are able to obtain better price of their produce. In addition to the sale of produce, these societies also serves the farmer in a number of ways. They also provide finance to the members and incentives them to grow better quality crops. Contract farming. Contract farming has emerged as a very important mode of procurement of agricultural goods by several agribusiness firms which are private, public or cooperatives. Issues of agri-marketing system in India. Farmers in India are not able to get fair and remunerative price as a consequence of defects in Indian agriculture marketing system. Various committees and groups have been set up to bring out inadequacies of agriculture marketing system across India. The weaknesses of Indian agriculture marketing are irregular warehousing, lack of standardization, poor transport facilities, presence of middlemen, inadequate market information, lack of organization, malpractice in markets. So, the government has been trying to reform the agriculture marketing system. The APMC Act has been amended several times to facilitate better price for farmers. Cooperative and contract farming have been explored to give a farmers professionalized service so that they are compensated for their crops fairly and at good profits. But these reforms have been inadequate and farmers continue to be exploited. Three new farm bills. The government introduced three new acts to professionalize the marketing of agriculture in India and ensure the welfare of farmers. These acts are the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce that aims to permit the sale of agriculture produced outside the mandis regulated by APMCs. This will make the marketing of agriculture produced easier and profitable for farmers. Other two bills, the Farmers agreement of price assurance, and farm service bills aim to explore and develop the contracts farming so that can be a benefit collectively, and the essential commodities bill seeks to deregulate the production, supply and distribution of food items such as cereals, potatoes, pulses, onions and edible oilseeds. Benefits of new bills. The benefits of new bills are for the farmers will be: the new law allows the farmer to sell their crops anywhere outside the mandis. This will enable them to fetch better prices for produced and prevent their exploitation by middlemen present in the APMC's mandis. Farmer will benefit from the direct market linkages and supply chain. They will not require to pay an additional sum of money like in APMC mandis. This increased their profit margin. Architect, that is agri-tech startups, food processors, exporters, etc., will also be benefited due to the new laws. This will improve the condition of both the farmer as well as to reduce the prices for the consumers. As time will move, new private markets will set up in various places because of demand of these places. Farmer will be able to sell their product in their markets without payment of any additional fees or cess. The new private players will also provide professionalized service to the farmers such as proper and scientific grading, pickup services, transport, digital payment, bonus, offer a better refrigerator and storage, live tracking of their produce, etc. Online agri-trade and marketplaces will also be set up online of the e-commerce websites. This will eliminate the large chain of middlemen and intermediaries and reduce the farmers' interaction with cumbersome periodic step-ups. Participation of private players and lesser regulates of markets will also improve the supply chain, increased investment in the marketing system, and may also result in emergence of innovative solution to solve the common problem of Indian agriculture. This is a conclusion part of an essay. That is, though the farmer bills promise a better price and better life to the farmer as well as the consumers, but there are the several concerns that have gone unaddressed. The farmer have protested in several states as there have been no consultation, debate and dialogue before passing these bills. Farmers fear that these bills will end in the minimum price support provided by the government. The lack of bargaining power of farmer as compared to the large companies is a major concern. There is hardly any regulation outside the APMC mandis, and farmers are concerned that they may be exploited by the private players without any government regulations. The changed stock limit will directly affect the farmer in negative ways. So the state need to take these concerns into the notice and resolve and address them by widening public consultation and debate. The new law promise a lot to the farmers of India, and this opportunity should not be wasted. So this completes this topic regarding your new bills. So this is the conclusion in the last part whatever I have given here. So if please make a notes of all these points so that it will be a very good be useful for your examination. and please subscribe our channel and share to your friends. Thank you.